I've never been to New York in autumn before, only ever in spring. So I had a look at the forecast and I'm going to have to pack like reasonably warm clothes, but I only have carry-on. So I'm going to take you through my process of packing for a week-long trip when you don't have a checked bag. I'm going to show you how I prep, how I pack, how I make sure I don't forget anything, and just generally how I manage to fit it all in. Now this one is slightly more difficult in the sense that I am going to an event while I'm there and there will be a goodie bag. As I know I will be bringing some stuff back, plus I might do a little bit of shopping, not much, but I need to leave some space. There needs to be like a little bit of wiggle room there. One of the biggest things that helps me, and I would definitely recommend this if you travel on any sort of regular basis, and that is a master packing list. This is where you write down all of the things that you might potentially need to bring with you, and this is something that I have kind of honed and crafted and tweaked over the years. Anytime I traveled and realized that I didn't pack something that was important, I added it to the list so that I wouldn't forget it next time. But also anytime I'm traveling and I realize that there's something that I just never use, I take that off the list. So nowadays my list is pretty comprehensive, and then I can essentially edit it for the specific trip. I'll go through it in a lot more detail later on, but just to give you an idea, I do have some things that I would pack if my daughter was traveling with me. So for this specific trip, those things I can ignore. But the first step for me always when I'm planning a trip, particularly when I am a tight on space, short on luggage space, is to plan out my outfits. So I count how many days I'm going to be gone for, whether I will have any events or anything that requires a specific type of outfit. You know, if there's kind of like a fancy dinner or an event or something that may require something a little dressier. Obviously check the forecast, and that will give me a general idea of how many outfits I need and what type of outfits they will need to be. Okay, this next one may be a little bit ridiculous. Maybe this is just me, but when I'm short on space, I will prioritize either black clothing or things that I can wear with black items, or I will prioritize blue clothing or things that I can wear with blue items. Easier to mix and match. I've also considered coats, so generally my best, warmest coats are black. So that's what I've decided to go with for this trip. It is mainly black or kind of very dark colors. I do have one hot pink jumpsuit, but again, that can be worn with black shoes. I pulled clothes from my closet that I think I might like to wear, and then I will also include any jewelry, you know, any accessories, plus the undergarments, socks, shoes, etc. I try and pull an entire outfit. That way I'm not forgetting anything. It also means I have specific outfits and I'm not just throwing a whole pile of stuff that I think might work together and then getting to my destination realizing that half of the stuff I won't actually wear. Takes a little bit of extra work up front, but worth it. And then once I have them all laid out with their accessories, with their shoes, etc., then it's time to actually pack the clothing first. That's generally the bulkiest stuff, the stuff that's going to take up the most space. Personally, I fold or roll my clothes. I just think it makes it much easier to see at a glance what I have and fit everything in nicely. Okay, so here's where I'm at. All of my clothing is in this side, including like accessories, underwear, and there is actually some wiggle room in here. So if I do have anything extra to bring back, assuming it's not like a huge amount of stuff, I will still be able to fit it in there. And then just a scarf that I'll be able to throw on top of there. And then on this side I have got shoes, gloves, a cap, more so just to keep my hair flat after I wash it. I pop on a cap. And again, plenty of wiggle room in this side if I do bring something back. And then these shoes are ones I will be actually wearing to the airport. So that is everything in there, and that's everything in terms of my outfit. So let me show you my packing list and then we can see what's next on the list. So this is my Notion page where I list out all of my upcoming travel and events. So this is my New York trip, but if you scroll down here, you'll see that I have a master packing list. This is something that I can refer back to anytime I need to. So these ones at the top are kind of miscellaneous things, and then I have each one broken down. So I've got all my tech stuff, toiletries, outfits, and then you'll see here I've got a list for when I'm going home to Ireland, and then one for when I'm traveling with my daughter. And then anything with a little star is something that I definitely want to keep in my carry-on, because I definitely do not want to be separated from it should a checked bag or something go missing. So basically anytime I'm going anywhere, I will copy this list and then I will pop into the specific event and I will paste it. If you want to see a full breakdown of everything I keep in my travel section, I can certainly do that for you, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just focusing on packing stuff. So I've pasted the list in here, and then I've basically just gone through and deleted anything that wasn't you know, relevant. So obviously I got rid of the stuff where I'm traveling with my daughter, stuff where I'm traveling to Ireland, and then just tweaked as I needed to. So you can see down here, we've gone through the outfits stuff. So I've got all my clothes, shoes, socks, underwear, my cap to wear, one kind of dressy or fancier outfit. I'm not sure I'm going to bring pajamas on this trip. I've got my earrings and accessories, fluffy socks. I always bring fluffy socks with me just for wearing around the hotel room. Sunglasses and coat, I will be bringing those with me, so I'll be wearing those to the airport. Gloves, I've got in my scarf, and I do need a bag. Next, I think we are going to focus on toiletries. I don't travel with a huge amount of toiletries. I don't generally use a huge amount of toiletries, so this is a quick and easy category for me. The only thing I have to be mindful of is the fact that it's carry-on, so I can't have anything over 100 mils in terms of liquids, or 3.4 ounces. So obviously most of this I will actually be using before I go, you know, in the morning and stuff to brush my teeth, so I just lay it all out here so that as I am done with it, when I finish using it, I can pop it straight into my toiletries bag. There are some things that are already in here that I know I won't need between now and then everything else, like I said, is all laid out for me, including medication I will need to take. Generally, I always keep some stuff in this bag so that it's pretty much ready to go. So like cotton pads, I always keep some mouthwash and travel toothpaste in there. Just really convenient. A few of these extra Ziploc bags just makes the whole process really quick and easy, so that when I do have to fill my toiletries bag, some of the stuff is already in there, kind of ready to go. And now, because these are all lined up and ready to go, I'm happy to tick all of them off. My toiletries bag will fit in my suitcase along with my clothes. So that's toiletries done. Next step is tech. Still debating whether or not I want to bring my camera. Probably not, but I'm going to see how I'm doing for space. So tech is like toiletries in the sense that I can't pack everything, because some of it I will be using between now and then. There are some things that I want fully charged before I leave. For example, my watch, my phone, etc. So I need to leave those and the charging cables out. That is when a list comes in so handy, because I know tomorrow morning I'm not going to be forgetting anything. I can do a quick scan of the list, make sure that I definitely have what I need. So I will check back in with you in the morning when I'll be packing up the last of my items, and then I am ready to go in terms of stuff. Anyway, mentally, no, not ready to get on a plane again. Oh, that's what some of the medication is for. Hopefully it works. See you in the morning. Oh yeah, now I've got to clear all the stuff off the bed. Good morning. I got dressed into one of the outfits that I had laid out for myself. Quick and easy process. Now I have to pack up the last of my toiletries and the last of my tech. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I have about 20 or 30 minutes before I have to leave for the airport, so I'm feeling a little bit anxious. I don't like to fly, but let's get all of this stuff tucked away, get my list ticked off, and then I'll feel a little bit better. For the backpack you see in the foreground, I just put a few small items into that and then laid it flat on top of the contents of my suitcase. I knew the suitcase would be going in an overhead bin, so the green satchel bag was my personal item, and I put in things that I needed or wanted on the flight. For example, my passport, my iPad, some charging cables, and medication. I zipped everything up, and it was next up, New York City. But first, I have to survive the flight. Wish me luck.